Ahoy, primates. So we got a tie iron. What, that looks like a cyborg. We go in here. Dun dun dun. Aha! You jam the flat end of the tie iron under the crate's lid and bear down on it. With a squeal of complaint, the nails pull out and the lid opens, pulling it off the rest of the way. You discover that the crate is full of electronic gear. Coax cable. Nice. A long, thick coil of coaxial cable sits among the other items in the crate. Fucking take. Yes. Very good at this. Apparently that's all. Going back to temple. Yes. Oop, in we go. Wait a minute. Where's the... Oh, come on. You slow bastard. This would have been easier the other way around. Coax cable. There we go. Seems really dumb. You wedge the jack under the tree. Okay. You have strategically placed a car jack under the pesky tree. The rubber pole would like a second opinion before you operate on it. What? Tie iron, I guess.
How are you supposed to iron a tire with this?
Oh, stupid bastard. You slip the flat end of the tie iron into the slot and bear down. At first it seems like the jack will give way. The tie iron itself looks like it's bending. Within a few strokes a gnarled tree begins to rise. Dirt and leaves patter to the stone floor. The jack's hold on the tree seems tentative at best. You stop pumping just before the jack reaches its height limit. You're just giving you just enough berth to slip underneath. Josie looks with trepidation at the tree. You plant a foot on it and lean your weight into it, figuring that if the tree stays up, fine. If the tree falls over, it will have rolled back enough to permit you to squeeze out on top. But the jack is bitten into the wood and seems solidly in place. Nice. Can we not go through? You gather all the branches you can find. Aha! Very fine. Stone well. Cacao tree. The 3 tiers of a cacao tree on each side of the grove extends up into the opposite end and hundreds of yards away. Climb. You climb up on the stone wall and look out over the top. In one direction you see more forest and the sprawling ancient city. In the other direction you can vaguely make out plumes of diesel exhaust from heavy equipment in the distance. Can I not take any of this fucking cacao? Search grove path. You examine the path closely for trapdoors, salvageable objects hidden by filth, hieroglyphic stone, keys, books, orbs, coins, plants with unusual properties, and animals that express interest in befriending you. Unfortunately, the only trapdoor you find leads to another trapdoor further down the path. The hieroglyphic stones don't tell you anything, and you can't find any locks to fit the half-dozen keys you find. The books are too rotted to read, the orbs are broken, and the coins are all bent. Other than that, you find nothing at all. Shit. Wait a minute. Look out.
Are these cacao pods?
They are indeed. They're very unusual, though. The husks are a little smaller and paler.
She takes the pod, puts it on the ground, and crushes it with her foot, exposing a few large, multicolorous beans.
The husk is a lot more fragile, and the beans are larger, but there's fewer of them per pod. This is not Hershey's, if you get my drift.
You yank on a few leaves, but your heart just isn't into that sort of wanton destruction. Take a pood. Fuck's sake. Pood. Taste. You lick one of the poods, it tastes like nothing and feels like licking onion skin. Oh well. Smell. The pods are slightly fragrant, but the fragrance bears no resemblance to chocolate. Take. You take some of the cacao pods, you and Josie crush the husks with your feet until they have a sizable pile of beans. Very fine. Looping the cable through the cauldron's massive handle, she ties several big knots.
Those are all slip knots.
Trust me.
You yank on the cable to prove the strength of your knots. On your third and hardest yank, the cauldron slips out of the knots and clatters to the floor, making a horrendous racket that hurts your ears. Josie grabs the cables from you and deftly weaves a pattern of small, tight knots that hog ties the cauldron perfectly and hands it back to you.
Oh, yeah, well, if I wanted to show off.
Yep. Getting some fucking water from this old ass well. That frog is sure giving it all it's got. You load the pot into the stone well. When you pull it back out, you find a cauldron full of water.
All right, we scored water. Jake, look.
Reach for the sky. Reach for the sky, I say to you. I am warning you. Reach, or you will have your own blood on your hands. Do not try my patience. Do not try my patience for a longer time. All right, don't reach for the sky. Very good.
You reach for the sky, Guzman grins at you cockily.
So, we meet again. Turn around. Take the map out of his pants and toss it to me.
You feel Josie pull the map from your belt.
And the
Oh, shit.
walkie-talkie.
The weight of the walkie-talkie is lifted from your hip.
Every hero becomes a bore. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Turn around again slowly.
Yeah, well, up yours too, buddy. David Mamet.
Stop suppressing a laugh. You are in big or hot troubled bottled water. I am going to get the authorities. Mr. Kiskolon, he's going to be very upset. Very upset.
Fine. You go tell Mr. Kiskolon that we are very upset with him. We are very angry at him. So you go get him right now and bring him here right away. And bring the authorities with you.
Okay. Don't go away. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Guzman walks backwards towards the entrance, trying to keep you in his aim as he does so. He trips, stands up, does
It's
himself
okay.
off.
I didn't hurt myself.
Finally, he squeezes under the tree and is gone. You and Josie look at each other, but you're not sure what to say, so you both shrug. What an idiot. Right. Fucking... You put the armload of branches into the fire pit. Yeah, boy. Note, the following conversations has had its sparkling wit and flippant commentary removed and replaced with an artless expression and overly obvious hints, so that you can see what you'd be getting with a cheaper, lower quality computer adventure game.
Oh, great. You dropped those branches right in the fire pit. Now you've got ashes all over them. They'll be useless. What shall we do with them?
I'm sorry. Maybe we should just burn them and forget about them.
What, you mean create a fire here in the fire pit? Can we do that?
Yes, I think we can.
Oh, Jake, I'm so glad you're here to do the thinking for us.
Hey, I am the hero. It is what I do.
Fuck. You're right, fucking... Put the cauldron under the tripod. Don't do that. Put the cauldron on the fire pit. No, put the cauldron. Fuck. Wait a minute. Every last bean is scooped into the cauldron. Your beans now look amazingly clean. Oh yeah, clean beans. Well, we didn't need the water in the cauldron to have it there.
We want to roast the beans, not boil them. We should dump out the water first.
Well, why don't you do this?
You're the natural-born leader around here.
That I am not.
Yes, you are.
Okay, well fucking... Oh. You hold the beans back and with one hand as you pour water out of the pot. Okay, well fucking... Aha! Time to light my fire. We had a Saipo, didn't we? Slowly. Slowly. Yes, matches. Set a small fire in the fire pit. Yes, boy! Aha! The holes in the bellow makes it possible to do anything. Do we have some tape or some shit? Aha! Where are the gauze? You have body hair, you'd rather bleed. Fine. Okay. It seems to be that when I scroll, it deselects the bellows. Do I have to do it this way around? That's so shit. You pull out great quantities of the bandaging tape, sever them on the pointed end of the dispenser, and wrap the tape around the bellows, paying special attention to sealing up all the holes in the old hide. Come on, auto scroll. Come on, don't make me click and accidentally skip dialogue.
Is that going to be airtight?
Spare me. I'm doing okay.
Now that's pride in craftsmanship.
Fucking yes. Oh goddamn. Now that the bellows is patched, you can use it to pump air into the fire, making it burn brighter, higher and hotter. The beans begin to exude an aroma. You and Yosi take turns stirring them with the bamboo pole to ensure that they roast evenly. Yes. When all the beans appear to be properly colored, no small feat in a room with so little light, you remove them from the fire and let them cool for a while. Yes, we have roasted bean now. Yes. Not time to crush the beans just yet. Well, you bastard. Oh, I see. I understand. Nibs. Nerka. Using the dark tracker, you extract chocolate nibs from the roasted beans. Very fine. Maybe now. Yes. Fuck's sake. Very elaborate. We put the sugar cane into the cauldron. Man, we're really good at this. we came here to save chocolate, and now we're making chocolate. I have no idea. Hey, it's Josie.
Hey, smell that? God, that's incredible. Here, we have to conk them.
A mere bag of shells.
You keep stirring, and I'll use the bellows to cool the surface of the chocolate.
Yes, sir, Mrs. Ghirardelli, sir.
After a quarter of an hour of conching, when the aroma of sweet melted chocolate could not be any more heady, you remove the pot from the fire. Yes. Medicine kit. You pour liquid chocolate into the small box, then working with the bellows, you blow cool air on the liquid chocolate, thus causing the chocolate to set or harden. Nice. Empty. Wait. Attempt to remove the finished chocolate bar from the molding. Nice. Look at. This bar of chocolate may be coarsely manufactured, but it's also the mellowest, smoothest, most delectable chocolate you've ever tasted. You're going to try to make it last a long time by giving only very tiny nibbles. Oh. Can we eat it all? Crate. Crate of explosives sit on the ground. The Brazilian worker is unloading dynamite. This is not good. Talk to.
Leave him alone. He's doing his job.
Worker. A disinterested Brazilian national consults a familiar looking map.
Don't talk to them.
Your good friend Guzman eyes you with distaste. Guzman says nothing. He'll let Sigmund do the talking. It's Sigmund Kiss-Colon, president of Fax Cogliostro, greedy, desperate, single-handedly destroyer of inestimable natural resources, and to be fair, the guy who paid for your tickets, Boko. The sweat glistens on Sigmund's forehead as he directs his attention to you.
I'd like to explain.
Explain what? The stolen airplane tickets? The fact that you are at this moment trespassing? I don't want your explanations. I am, however, offering you a choice. You may stay here and be delivered into the hands of the Brazilian courts. I believe they will be most interested to hear how 2 Americans pushed a Brazilian national out of his own airplane. Or you may come back to the United States with me and face criminal charges there for theft and fraud. My lawyers are also working on an extensive civil suit.
You think of a million things to say, but listening has never been Sigmund's strong suit. He's not going to start now.
I'm going to watch them level this ruin. Once that's finished, you'll come with me. And don't think about running into the jungle. Mr. Guzman here will be keeping tabs on you. And I've authorized him to use whatever force necessary to ensure that you don't escape.
Have chocolate, you fucking twat. You had a chocolate bar to Kiss-Colon.
What's this?
It's a chocolate bar. Sort of.
Made from the trees in that temple.
This could be poison.
It isn't. I'll eat some if you don't believe me.
Sigmund bites off a piece of the chocolate and gives it to you, smiling nastily. Without hesitating, you plop the piece in your mouth. Sigmund raises an eyebrow. The chocolate is unlike anything you ever tasted. The crudity of the manufacturer has left some textures slightly gritty, but you're virtually unconscious. The small, thick chunk of sweet chocolate begins to melt the moment you close your mouth. It dissolves over your tongue. The flavor is intense, with the vaguest suggestion of bitterness, yet with a predominant mellowness that suggests dairy milk chocolate. Kiss Cole and Josie Guzman, everyone fades into the background. Every single nerve fiber in your body receives waves of intoxicated pleasure from the indescribable melange of flavors unfolding within you. Your reaction must have been pretty convincing.
Oh. 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 Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Okay, tasty break. Hello.
Is this chocolate?
That's exactly what it is, and it grows only one place on Earth. And you're about to blow it up and cut it down. Shut up.
Josie makes an appeal to Kiss Cullen to spare the trees. Something about the chocolate makes him suddenly easy sell. Not only does he promise not to cut down the trees, but he then vows to cultivate them and sell the pods to the highest bidder. Next thing you know, Josie shakes you.
We can go back now.
It's okay.
We got it. We did it, Jake.
Yeah, okay. Good.
Are you all right?
I'm good. Can we take some of that chocolate back with us?
I'm way ahead of you. Made a bar for each of us while you were in your rapture over there. Thank you, Jake.
Oh, my pleasure.
Josie touches the band on her wrist and the world fades to white. Editor's note, what follows is a rather gushy scene in which Josie extols your virtues to the high heavens. We'll spare you that embarrassing detail because we know how shy you are. Bastard. To everybody else in the bar, you've been gone only 10 minutes. Of course, you and Josie know better. Then Josie pops out for a moment. In the meantime, you recount your adventures to the apt audience of the bar, ending with the fact that you're not so sure the chocolate you returned should be legal. It's that addicting. You also describe the temple of Yavon. Doc points out that the reason for the similarity to a horrendous pun about what's Mayan is Yavo. But we'll skip the fuck. Josie pops back into the bar, more ecstatic than ever before. She says, "We've done it." She tells you that Faxon chocolate is alive and well in the future, and the government had to make it a controlled substance. Kiss Colin kept his word up to a point. As she explains, he dies in about another 10 years, weighing at 1,100 pounds. They couldn't get him to a cemetery. They just cut a few strategic slits in the frame of his house, let his body fall down into the basement, and buried him there. You feel great for having helped Josie, but of course your work for tonight is far from done. Right, we're back at Thingy, Scruffy Man. When you try to talk to this man, he casts his eye downward as if to indicate he'd rather not talk. You have no idea what his story is, but you may learn it eventually. Most people find Callahan's open up after a while. Yes. Hey Doc, got any puns for us?
We had quite the little unexpected adventure in Brazil. Started off as pilots, ended up in a stone temple.
Oh, yeah? Job a good time, or did you moke a fool out of yourself?
How long have you been working on that one?
Ever since you guys left. Yes, sir.
I've been to Brazil, Noah. I've stared death in the face and watched him play solitaire.
I can tell.
You mean because I have a more confident attitude and a more worldly wise demeanor?
No, because you go into the jungle, you come back in time, and you must think your clothes go back to being as clean as they were when you left, but they're not. I can't believe you walked around the jungle in a flannel shirt. You're crazy.
Yes. Bar person. Bar person with a weird covery up balding spot hat.
Good job, Jake. You couldn't have done it without us.
So, what now?
What now? Well, that's up to you. There's a lot going on tonight.
Such as?
Well, let's see. Josie's all in a snit over something. You could see what that's all about. We've got the two drop-ins. They could probably use some chatting up. Or you could go see what's keeping Piotr.
Piotr.
Okay, I'll do some talking, see if I can turn up anything exciting.
You all come back now, you hear?
Let's see if Finn has anything to say.
Jake.
Want to try some homemade chocolate?
That stuff has no effect on me. I tried it once, years ago.
Maybe you didn't inhale.
Hello, human being?
Have you ever tasted chocolate?
I do not remember chocolate.
You break off a small piece of the chocolate and hold it out to Squish. Squish's tongue flicks around it from varied angles before encircling it and pulling it into his mouth. A moment later, it's expelled forcefully from his nose, flies across the bar, ricochets off the back of Tommy Johnson's head, and lands in the sink.
Didn't care for it?
On my planet, we shampoo with it.
Oh.
Yes, Jake.
The chocolate we made in Brazil is probably addictive.
May I taste that?
You hold out the chocolate bar and the man touches it slightly. He then lifts his finger up to his lip, tastes it, and a smile, crude, ill-formed, asymmetrical, but a smile anyway, comes on his face.
This is wonderful. You say it's addictive chocolate.
I don't know if you could market it under that name, but yeah, that's what it is.
Thank you. That was delicious.
I thought so. The chocolate that saved the rainforest. By Jake Stonebender. I like it.
Hi, Jake.
Remind me not to go out with you to pick up a pizza. We'd probably end up in Italy battling the mafia.
Hey.
No, sir. Not me.
It's okay. You've done your good deed for the day. And no good deed ever goes unpunished.
She winks at you. This gives you a pleasant little warm feeling inside, knowing that you have to wake up alone tomorrow. Won't have to wake up alone tomorrow. Oh, nice. Laid. What's this about Piotr?
Good job, Jake. You couldn't have done it.
So,
What now?
such a...
Well,
Want me to go see if Piotr's home?
you know, he's been down lately.
How can you tell?
Yeah, he's cynical, but this is worse than that. I wonder...
What?
Well, okay. Figure it this way. The guy is, what, 80 years old? 100? 200? And he's alone. He's always alone.
Doesn't seem to bother him. He never says anything about it.
Up until a couple of weeks ago, I would have agreed with you. Now, I'm not so sure. Tell you what. You want to do me a huge favor? Great. Go get him. Bring him back here. But only when you're ready. Don't say yes till you're sure you're ready to take off.
Mike, I'm at your disposal. Tell me what you want me to do, and I'm there.
Great. Now, you know where Piotr lives, right? Couple of miles down the pike?
Sure.
Good. Hop in your truck and head over there. If Piotr's there, see if you can get him to come back to the bar. If he won't come, see if you can find out why. But don't pry, you know?
Eddie's got me well trained.
Now, if he's not there, this is bad. See if you can find any clue as to where he might be.
Why are you so worried about him?
He told me something in confidence that I don't want to have to share with you unless there's no way around it. Enough said?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Jake?
I'll be back in a flash.
Hope so.
Good man. Nope. What? You hop in your truck and drive a couple of miles down the 825A to Piotr's place. Ashwashkai. A short run down the Jericho Turnpike, you reach Piotr's house. You hop out of the truck and look around. Climb the trees. What do you think this is? A rainforest? Keep those arboreal instincts under control. Fuck. The crate is scheduled Ashrand Levitation. You examine the crates carefully, but it seems to be nailed solidly shut. Well, you start to put the tire iron on the Ashway crate, but you suddenly realize that somebody back in Brazil is waiting for this. You will have to remember to send it back to Mr. Atlantis. The Amazon trunk is locked, and you're hesitant to muck with it too much for fear of breaking one of Piotr's valuables. Knock on the steam trunk. You knock on the trunk.
Piotr?
Not only is there no response, but the thing sounds hollow. The driver arches an eyebrow at you, shaking his head, and returns his sandwich. The driver? Oh. Well, mates and matettes, that's half an hour, so let's see about Piotr next Spider Girl next week. Jen.